Cultural appropriation has become a major issue in the fashion industry. With indigenous art and fashion being particularly vulnerable, it is important to understand the implications of this issue and learn how to resist it. Cultural appropriation occurs when a person or group takes elements of a culture that is not their own and uses it without permission or context. This is especially problematic when it comes to indigenous art and fashion, as it can be seen as a form of cultural exploitation. Indigenous peoples have a long history of being marginalized, and their cultural artifacts often become commodified, with their stories and meanings stripped away. In order to resist cultural appropriation, it is important to recognize and respect the cultural origins of indigenous art and fashion. This means understanding the meaning and significance behind the art and fashion, and ensuring that it is not commodified or misrepresented. Consumers should research the origins of the artwork and the stories behind it, and seek out indigenous artists and designers to support. It is also important to be aware of the potential implications of cultural appropriation. For example, if an indigenous artist or designer is not given credit for their work, it can be seen as a form of cultural theft. It is important to remember that indigenous artists and designers should be given credit and compensated for their work. Finally, it is important to take action against cultural appropriation. This can include speaking out against it, boycotting companies or products that are seen as appropriating indigenous art and fashion, and supporting indigenous artists and designers. Resisting cultural appropriation is an important step in protecting indigenous art and fashion and ensuring that it is respected and appreciated. By taking action against cultural appropriation, we can help to ensure that the stories and meanings behind indigenous art and fashion are preserved and celebrated.